Hey guys, welcome back to another video by Simplilearn. In today's session, we're going to learn all about Angular Bootstrap. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, make sure to subscribe to it and hit the bell icon to never miss an update. We come up with new videos every day. Alright then, let's dive into the topic. First, let's understand what exactly is Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a powerful toolkit, basically a collection of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript tools for creating and building responsive web applications and pages. It is a free and open source project based on GitHub and originally created by Twitter. Now, to put it more easily, Bootstrap is a giant collection of handy, reusable bits of code written in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's also a front-end development framework that enables developers and beginners to design quick and responsive websites. Now, there are several advantages to using Bootstrap. To name a few, Bootstrap comes with a responsive grid. You don't have to spend time working on your layouts. Bootstrap comes with its own code for automatically resizing images based on the current screen size. It also comes with different components that you can use for your web page. These components could be navigation bars, drop-downs, progress bars, thumbnails, etc. It also offers excellent documentation and is customizable. So Bootstrap comes in extremely handy to create responsive user interface. So now, before using Bootstrap, it needs to be embedded into your application. So let's see how to embed Bootstrap into Angular. Now there are two ways to do it. First up is by using the Bootstrap CDN or the Content Delivery Network. Now this enables users to load CSS, JavaScript, and images remotely from its servers. The other method is to use Bootstrap NPM. Bootstrap, jQuery, and other packages and frameworks can be installed via the command prompt. In the tutorial that I'm going to be showing you, I've embedded Bootstrap using NPM. Alright, so I'm sure you'll only understand the concept better when you look at a demo. So let's go ahead and create an application with the help of Angular Bootstrap. So in this tutorial, what I'm going to be showing is the creation of a blog post. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. So here I've created a simple blog for Simplilearn and I've added the Simplilearn logo. I've also written a few lines about Simplilearn and what they offer. I've also mentioned their tagline, and when you scroll down, you can see that I've mentioned the different courses they're offering. And when you click on the More Info button, it navigates to the official page that gives you the overview for that particular course. So this is for Lean Six Sigma, the same for full stack web development as well. And the same for the last one, that is cybersecurity. And finally, I've added a simple video here to just make it more beautiful. So I've added a simple video. And lastly, I've also linked our YouTube channel. So when you click on the YouTube icon, it will navigate to the YouTube channel, to our YouTube channel here. Alright, so this is what we're going to be creating using Angular Bootstrap. So I'm hoping you're all ready for it. So without further delay, let's jump in. So first, let's find the template that we want to use for our blog. So for that, I'm going to just go ahead and say Bootstrap blog template. And I'm just going to click on the first link that I get. And here you can choose the template that you like. So I'm just going to look for more templates here. And the one that we are going to choose is this one, so which is small businesses. So you can go ahead and click on that. You can then click on live preview. And once you do that, you can just say view frame source. So here you can see that the HTML code is available. It has the head section and then the body section. So the head section consists of a lot of meta tags, and then you have the title, and then you also have the CSS file references. And then if you look at the body tag, you have different code for different parts of the UI. There's code for navigation bar, and then you have page content code, heading row, call to action, and all of that. And lastly, you have the footer. So what we're going to be doing is that we'll take all of the code, and then we'll have to create components for each of it, and then we'll include all the components in our main HTML file. So that is the best practice that Angular uses. So we're going to make use of components. And you can also see that when you scroll down, you can see that it has certain dependencies. So here it has the Bootstrap dependency, and then you have jQuery. So we'll have to download them. So we'll have to install them. And as mentioned earlier, we're going to be installing them with the help of npm. So for that, we'll have to head back to our VS Code. Here, back in my VS Code, I've created a folder called Angular Demo. And then I've also created a file called Demo Components. And here, I'm just going to say cd demo components, within which I'll say npm install jQuery. So this could take a while. And once you've installed jQuery, go ahead and type npm install bootstrap. Alright, so we've successfully installed jQuery and Bootstrap. So now we need to add the references to these JavaScript files. To do that, go to your angular.json file. And here we'll have to add them in our build section. So here you can see we have styles and scripts. So in our scripts array, we define the relative path to these JavaScript files. So these files are generally stored in your node modules. So go ahead and here you can look for Bootstrap. Here you go. And then in your dist file, and then click on JS. And then you can see you have bootstrap.min.js. Well, I'm sorry, we need bootstrap.bundle.min.js. So here you can just right click and say copy relative path. And back in my JSON file, in my scripts, I'm gonna just paste it here. And make sure to make it a path by providing // Alright, and then the next thing we need is the jQuery.min.js file. So for that, again, in our node modules, you'll have to look for jQuery. So here there's jQuery, and then click on dist, and then we have jQuery.min.js. So again, let me just copy the path and paste it here. Follow the same procedure for this as well. Alright, so we've embedded both our files in our angular.json file. So now in our code here, in the beginning, they've also included the CSS file. So we'll have to embed that as well. So here back in Bootstrap, let me just add the CSS file as well. That's bootstrap.min.css. I'm just going to copy the relative path and just provide it here. let me just change these to /. Okay, so we have our custom style sheet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this and just paste it in our, and then you can just paste it here. All right. So I think we've added all the dependencies and the custom style sheet and everything. So now let me just close all of these files. What we can do now is that we can go ahead and take the code from the source here. So I'm just going to copy the body tag. All right. So I'm going to copy this till the footer, and then I'm just going to paste it in my component.html file. So as mentioned earlier, I will create components and then place the code for specific parts of the UI in these components. So let me just see if I've got everything here. Okay. So I'll be creating 4 components. The first one will be for the navigation bar. The second will be for the introduction. And then the third one will be to display the courses that we're providing. And then lastly, we'll have the footer component, right? So first, let's create these components. I've also created a components folder here in my app folder. So I just have to type in the command nggc. First, we'll create the component for the top navigation bar. So I'm just saying nggc. So I'm just going to say components /navbar. All right, so the component has been created. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this and paste it here. All right, and the next component I'm going to be creating is for the introduction, right? So I'll say nggc components /intro. All right, so I will have to take this code here. I'm also going to be including the call to action part. So I'll just copy paste this one in my intro.html file. So let me do that. And then I'm going to have the main course content component. So for that, I'll say nggc components /courses. And we're going to copy the next part of the code. All right, until till the footer. Let me just add it here. And finally, we're going to create the component for the footer. So I'll say nggc components /footer. And the last part of the code, I'm just going to add it there. All right. So now we'll have to create the custom HTML tags for these components and then place it in our HTML file, right? So first one that we created was the navigation bar. So here, head over to the TS file, just copy the selector, and then here, and then in our app.component, let me just create the tags. Similarly for intro, just going to copy the selector, And then for courses, so we have app-courses, that as well. And then lastly, we have the footer component. So let me just copy that. Paste it here. Alright, so we've included all the components. So let's just run this application and see if everything is displayed intact. So here, let me just say ng serve. So when you execute the command, you can see that the template is being displayed. So you have the navigation bar, you have the intro component, and then we have the courses component, and finally we have the footer component, right? Okay, so now that we have the template ready, we can go ahead and customize it according to our needs. So now I'm going to be making a few changes to the code. We're going to add the Simplilearn logo. We're going to change the tagline here. We're going to display something else over here. Alright, so let's go back to our VS Code to customize and display the final output. So here, the first thing that I'm going to be doing is changing the message here. I'm going to display Simplilearn. For that, in our navbar component, let's go to the HTML code. And here, instead of start bootstrap, let me just type in Simplilearn. Alright, so when you save it and when you look at the browser, you can see that Simplilearn is displayed. And the next thing that I want to do is I want to add the image, right? A Simplilearn logo. So what I've done here is I've already added the logo .png file in my assets folder. So I'll just go ahead and provide the path to this. So that's going to be in our intro file. So here, image source is going to be assets / logo.png. So let me save this. So there we go, the logo is displayed. So the next thing is we'll have to change this part of the UI. So the information that I want to display is this. I'm going to be displaying world's #1 online bootcamp and other information. So what I'm going to do is back in my VS Code, I'm just going to delete this. And instead of that, I'm just going to copy this. That's world's #1 online bootcamp. And then within the paragraph tag, I'll display something else. So let me get rid of this. Let me just copy the information that I want to display. Paste it here. And let me just give a line break. Let me save this and see if it's displayed. So yeah, we can see that the information is being displayed. Next up here, instead of displaying call to action message, I'm going to display a explore programs message. So let's go back to our VS Code. Let me just say explore programs here. And then lastly, instead of this message here, I want to display the message get certified, get ahead with our programs. So back in our VS Code, I'm just going to get rid of this. And paste this instead. So when you have a look at the browser, let me refresh this. you can see it displays the message get certified, get ahead, and all of that. Well, now what I'm going to do is I'm really not happy with the font size and everything. So I'm just go ahead and add certain styling. You can customize this and provide your own font size and all of that. So here I'm just going to mention style and then say font size, and I'm going to make it XX large. All right, so let's see. Yeah, all right, so it's the font size has increased, so I think I'm happy with this. All right, so the next thing we have to do is add information here for our courses. So back in our VS Code, we'll have to go to the courses component. So here I'm going to just type in the code for the different courses. So I already have it here. So the first thing is this message that I want to display. Let me just copy that. And for our first tag, I'm just going to say postgraduate program in Lean Six Sigma. And the next information I'm going to be providing is the duration. So here, let me just get rid of this. Paste that here. Let me just break the line to beautify the code. And here for our reference link, I already have the link here. So I'm just going to paste that. So once you click on the more info button, it will automatically navigate to this page. All right, so let me save this. Next up, I'm going to do the same for the other two courses as well. So it says postgraduate program in full stack development. And then we're going to mention the duration and the cohort. So let me paste that. I'll also provide a line break. And then link, I have it here. So I'm just going to paste that. And finally, for the third card, I have the third link here. Let me get rid of this extra code and paste this instead. And then let's also provide the link for the same. All right, so let me save this and have a look at the browser. So you can see that the information has been added. You can see it displays postgraduate program in Lean Six Sigma, full stack development, and cybersecurity. So once I click on more info, it leads you to that page that shows the overview. All right. So now the next thing on the agenda was to display a short video and then the link to our YouTube channel. So let's go ahead and add that in our courses component. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the code to add a video from Google, and then I'm going to provide the source, which is going to be the video that I would want to display. So I've received the code. I'm just going to paste it here. So you can get the code on Google. So go ahead and just paste that. Also for the source, I have a video in my assets folder, which I have provided here. So when I save it and look at the browser, here we go. You can see the video here. All right. And once clicked, it starts playing. All right. And lastly, we'll have to provide the logo for YouTube and then the link to navigate to the YouTube page. So let's go ahead and do that. So here again, I've pasted the code for the YouTube logo. So here you can see that I've added the image that is youtube.png in my assets folder, and I've provided the source. And accordingly, I've also added the styling. I've provided a white background and I've also aligned the text to the center of the page. Alright, and I've also displayed the message saying check out our YouTube channel for technical videos and tutorials. And then I've provided the link to our channel on YouTube. So let me just save this and head back to the browser. And here you can see that we have the YouTube logo and we have the message displayed. So once you click on the logo, it navigates to the Simplilearn channel on YouTube. Alright, so if you want, you can also change the message here for the footer. So here in footer.html, I can just remove this and paste this. I say Simplilearn Solutions and all rights reserved. When I save it and look at the browser, it must get updated. So yeah, there we go. So with the help of Bootstrap, we have successfully created a website which is basically a blog. And we've also added the reference links and images and logos to customize it according to our requirements. So yeah, this is it. This is how you make use of Bootstrap and embed it into your Angular for more responsive and better user interface. So I hope this tutorial on Angular Bootstrap helped you understand the concept better. I highly suggest you play around and create your own web pages. So thank you so much for being here and watch out for more videos from us. Until then, keep learning and stay tuned to Simplilearn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simplilearn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.